Today's the day that I will be cleaning and conditioning my Alma BB. I recently did an unboxing of this bag and I can link that video below if you are interested. But this is a pre-loved handbag that I found on eBay for a very reasonable price. Unfortunately, the canvas is in pristine condition, but as you can see, there is some staining and some watermarks along the vachetta leather. Before I clean this bag, I will show you the products that I use. I will demonstrate how I clean the bag and I will show you the final product. I will then end the video with some before and after shots. Here's what you're going to need to clean your handbag. You're going to want to purchase some wet wipes and the sensitive skin version that are alcohol free. I'm going to use these wipes to clean the canvas. Step 2 is going to be to condition and clean the vachetta. I use this product here. It's by Cadillac. I'm going to apply this using a clean cloth. I will then follow up with the saddle soap. This is by Bickmore. I'm going to apply this using the wet wipes. After you use the saddle soap, you're going to want to follow up again with the leather lotion because the saddle soap can be drying and you do not want to dry your vachetta because that makes it more prone to cracking. After you've given this bag time to dry, you do not want to forget to buff your bag. I have this little buffing cloth from Kiwi. Over here, I have Barkeeper's Friend. So I'm going to use this here on the hardware. I will also use it on the zipper, and this should help shine this up very nicely. We'll also use it on the lock. I apply it using Q-tips. You can use other disposable cloths as well. And then last but not least, if you want to waterproof your vachetta, you can use this Apple brand Rain and Stain Repellent. I have used this before on my handbags and I can say that it does work. So let's start in with cleaning the bag, and I always start with the wet wipes, cleaning the canvas. See, the vachetta is getting darker because it is damp. It will dry lighter, so don't panic. Now we're going to let this dry and I will start to work on the side panels. Just finished using the saddle soap on this side of the vachetta. So again, make sure you follow up with the conditioner so that the vachetta does not get too dry. I will then flip the bag around and I will use the saddle soap on the other side. There are some areas here that I may have to come back and do a second time. So now the bottom and the sides are done and they need to dry. We're now going to move on to the handles and the chaps. While the handles are drying, I figured we'd see how this Barkeeper's Friend works. So these handles have had an opportunity to dry, and it does look like I'm going to need to go in and use some of the saddle soap, so I'm going to do that next. So this has been drying for about 2 hours now. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back in with the saddle soap and follow up with the Cadillac conditioner to see if I can't blend this a little bit more. Once I've done that, I will then allow this bag to dry for 24 hours. In the meantime, I am also going to use the Cadillac conditioner on the strap and on the clochette. The bag has now had 24 hours to dry, which means it's time to buff the vachetta. And I would buff everything, not just the handles, but all the trim. And this should help to bring that luster back to your leather. Now that the buffing is complete, it's time for the last step, which is to use the apple guard. This is very strong, so you're going to want to be in a well-ventilated area. Today it is too cold for me to do this outside, so I'm going to utilize the fan vent that I have above my stove. All right, so let's get to the final step. So here's the finished product. I'll be putting up before and after shots, but I wanted to give you the full 360 view. Overall, I'm very pleased with how this bag turned out. And of course, in an ideal world, I would have been able to completely get rid of the stain on the bottom, but I think I did a pretty good job blending it. Overall, it took 2 cleanings to get the bag in this condition, and I contemplated doing a 3rd cleaning to see if I could further blend the stain on the bottom, but I noticed that the vachetta looked like it was getting a little dry in spots, so I decided to leave it at 2 cleanings. So there's going to be a happy medium between getting the bag to the ideal condition you want it in, but not causing excess drying, which could lead to cracking of the vachetta. Now, if you have a brand new bag, I cannot speak to whether or not you should be using Apple Guard. Personally, I've only ever used it on my older bags where the vachetta has had a chance to patina or darken, but I can say that it does work. Does that mean I'm going to take this bag out in a rainstorm? Probably not, but if I get stuck in some rain or snow, I know that the vachetta will be protected from water stains. I hope this video was helpful and has shown that with a little cleaning and conditioning, you can really bring your bag back to beautiful condition. If you liked today's video, please like and subscribe. And for those of you who have already subscribed to my channel, thank you. I really appreciate the support. So now it's time for those before and after shots. Thank you for being here. See you in the next one. Bye for now.